Okay, what remains are Overpass. We did it OSM SHA. I will start today with Overpass, and then we go to OSM SHA. We'll see if we have time to do We Did It. That's the shortest one, I would say. And if not, that would be for the next session. So Overpass. You may already know Overpass if you have a bit of experience of retrieving OSM data, for example, for data analysis or using OSM data in a GIS context. Okay. Either I'd be interested as a poll. How many of you are knows about FAM? I would say not just know the name, but have a bit of experience of Overpass. Have already make an Overpass request in the past. Can you put that in the chat? We'd be interested to see. If you have an experience or not. You can just put yes or no. Okay. Why using Overpass for validation purposes? You may have noticed that when you download data in JOSM, okay. Oops, I've opened it, but it's still in French. It's in French. Let's put it in English. So when you download data from JOSM, you're not allowed to actually download a large area. Unfortunately, in the past, you could, with a specific plugin, there is a mirror download, and the mirror download or downloading, I don't remember, plugin, you could retrieve almost everywhere. That's not more the case. It's not the case anymore. So, you know, if you want to have something very big, you have this message, rejected by server. Okay, and sometimes even the download area seems okay. Okay, so it's too large here, but it should be here. It's doubtful it will allow me to download because there are plenty of data. So there is maximum area, but it's also generally a maximum for the size of the data to be retrieved. And we just, yes, okay, had a bad request for that. So I cannot download everything in JOSM. I don't even speak about a whole country, but even a large region, you cannot. But if you actually don't want to download all the data for the validation, because, for example, your aim is to validate only the road network, you don't need to actually download the full data if you want to use the chosen validator. And that's where Overpass is very interesting for that, okay? So Overpass, I think it's more than 10 years now. It has been created by one guy that is now actually also part of the board of director in the OSM Foundation. And it's an API. It's read-only. It's not like the OSM API. When you use JOSM, it allows you to download, but also to upload. You do not upload with Overpass. Just it's a read-only, so you will just retrieve data. So it enables you to query a part of the data in OSM database. Okay. There is not one Overpass server. There's different servers, and you can actually there I put some links. So the links go to the wiki. You have the different Overpass instances, what they do, what they're actually the hardware that give you an idea of their potential. Okay. I would say the main one, generally the default one, is the one in Germany. And there's a very powerful one, that's the COMI system. You can see with many 4 servers, 20 cores, DRAMs. This one is became also big now, but sometimes doesn't work, the Russian one. Okay. So they replicate the OSM database. Okay. When you retrieve data from Overpass, you do not download from the OSM server. You download from a replication of it. So you have to keep in mind, for example, that something have been uploaded only a few minutes ago may not be already in these replications. Okay. OpenStreetMap, the German instance, I would say it's only 5 minutes gap, no, not more. Okay. And the queries that are made in a specific language, this one, that is also a page in the OpenStreetMap wiki. Okay. You can see they have English, Spanish, French, German, not in Portuguese, for example. Okay, and here you can learn everything you want. We make very detailed request. So this one are actually, there's 2 languages. This one is Qt, and you will see when we will use one of the wizard, they appear in a more CSS form, I would say CSS format style. Okay. Among the tool that you can use to retrieve the data with an interface, there's Overpass Turbo. I guess when you have an experience with Overpass, you may have started with that. Okay, where basically you can find a place here. So I want, for example, Mogadishu. Somalia. Okay. It will retrieve only from this specific area that we have here. Okay. And oops, let me change this in French. Sorry, I didn't change that. Okay, and you have the wizard. You can, if you're a coder and you know how to create an Overpass script, you can obviously write it down here, but you have a wizard and with some example. Okay. And what is interesting that you can, I prefer actually to put directly the tags rather than a literal expression like that. You can put or, you can put and it's also, you can put in. That means, for example, a city, or it can be also a country. Only if there is in OpenStreetMap a relation that provides the boundary of this city or this territory. Okay, if it's just a node in the OSM database, obviously Overpass will not be able to retrieve the data from these territories that actually does not exist in the database. Okay, but a very quick example: amenity equal pharmacy in Togo. I do it because it's a small country. Okay, so whatever the build and run, whatever the map on the background where there is a in your request, there's no problem. So you can see that I cannot see it because it did not move the map. But if I click on here, I zoom to data. So I have here, for example, all these objects in there's 297 nodes and 5 ways. Okay, and you can see The script is that's for comments, and actually I define a geocode area that is toggle that will be defined as search area, and the request is node, ways, or relation that is tagged amenity pharmacy in the area that is search area that is actually the toggle. Okay, and it provide me the geometry. There is also the capacity to retrieve not only the objects, I mean, both the geometry and the tags, but also the metadata if you want to retrieve the users, the object editing version. If it's version 1, the last version, it will retrieve the last version, it's version 1, version 5, etc. You can also do that. And so you can search for an object, categories. So in my case, it was, for example, pharmacy, a specific OSM contributor as well, okay, in or around the territory, and for edition made since a given date. That's basically the example I put below in the text, okay? When you retrieve such data and you want to validate them, okay, this paragraph reminds you that you only downloaded part of the data. And if you, for example, you want to validate I'll say the interaction between the road network and the hydrography, okay? If you download only the road network, you may miss some features that will be important to have when you will do your analysis. Okay, so keep that in mind. And also a warning about the memory of your computer. If you download a lot of data, that will actually require some random access memory in your computer. Don't you have to keep in mind that JOSM, as it runs in Java, is kind of a emulation inside your computer. So it can take a lot of generally of RAM. Let me show you, for example, on my computer. If I go monitoring my system, so I'm using Linux, but see, for example, in my Java, it takes me almost one gigabytes to run, just to run. And okay, for the moment, just nothing because I did not retrieve anything yet. But okay, if you are really short regarding the memory, if you want to make some kind of analysis with a lot of data, you have to close all the other windows, I would say. Okay, in this chapter, we will not use Overpass. We will actually use JOSM to make our Overpass request. And to be able to do it, where is my JOSM? Here. When you click on download, you should have this tab. Only if you don't have it, it's because in your settings, preferences, you did not activate the expert mode. Okay, I can show you if it's not activated. I go back, there is just one tab, download from OSM. The expert mode activated, I have this second tab. So So the first time you open it, I guess will be something like that. It puts here in the query the last query you made. So if you never used it, it should be empty like this. Okay. So you can write down the script here. If you made it already in Overpass, I could obviously copy paste also. That would work. Okay. But we have also, as in Overpass, a query reset that will help us. And this map is also important. That's where the area where the data will be retrieved. If you did not put, as I did, for example, a specific area in it, there is a lot. We'll see. I will do a new one. We'll see that actually the default one will be a B box, and the B box is what you have here in your screen. Okay, so I will click on the query result, and here we have a search string window that looks a bit the same than the one to search data in OSM in JOSM. It's a bit like this one. I want to search, but I have nothing downloaded. But if I had something downloaded, material. When you search data, it looks like this. Okay. And here with download Overpass API, it looks like this. There's a bit less options, okay, but still things you can directly click if you want. Type node, and if you put your mouse on it, you have an explanation as in blue.